What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about Fetch.Ai. Some good old FET, baby, at the request of Sake Tati. We're doing this one for you, my friend. I know it's a day late, or maybe it's a couple days late. I've been behind on requests, but I felt like this one deserved its own video. I did not have time yesterday. I have time today, so we are talking about it now. Hit that like button, subscribe if you want to see more. The specific request that you had was that you wanted me to go over the cycle high projections. Right, you were a little bit, or maybe it wasn't you, maybe it was somebody else. But I know some people were blown away by the downside prices that I was calling for. Which, by the way, I do think it's moving down first. But hey, that can lead to a better outcome, right? If you buy at lower prices and we get the all-time high predictions, that just means you're going to have more gains. But I think you're at $1.17 now. I think you will see 70 cent. I think you will, if not just below there. You could go lower. It's possible, but I mean, I think 70 cents will hold, give or take 5 cents, right? You could go just a little bit. If you go a little bit below there, it's not a problem. If you don't quite hit there, don't be surprised. You could hold like 80 cents to 70 cents. You really could, but I do think it's moving down, especially breaking this 236 like this on a monthly, on a weekly. That's a pretty bearish candle. There's not a lot of volume. It's definitely not a lot of volume, but volume picked up as you're moving down, and that's not good. It's not a lot of volume, but you can see here volume was dead, and even though this is sub-average volume, it is picking up as you're moving down. I've got this right here. Of course, it's going to be correlated to Bitcoin, but here we go. It actually looks like it's losing correlation versus Bitcoin, right? So if it moves down and Bitcoin moves up or doesn't move down, that could mean this correlation comes down. And it's not always 100% correlated, of course, but anyways, if you didn't understand that last part, don't even worry about it. We're doing the cycle high projections, right? If you look at the weekly, it does look weak. It would make sense. You broke your higher low structure. You've got the ASI merger going on, right? You always buy the hype, you sell the news. I don't know. Did the ASI merger happen? ASI FET merger. Yeah. Let's see. Did it happen? Let's just look at news. AI giants join forces. The story behind ASI token. I don't know. Let's actually look this up right now because I'm kind of confused. This really come on, man. This really could have an impact on what I'm about to say. So hold on. I don't want your notifications. At the end of March, 3 prominent names had a huge announcement. Yes. However, there isn't a straightforward swap. Each token holds a different value, so they will convert at varying rates. One FET will be exchanged for one. Okay, so I don't think it's there yet, right? See, so will Fetch still exist, or is it going to cut off? I mean, it might still exist, but it might not be relevant, right? And in which case, you might be going a lot lower. Let's see. Or will they still be their own? If it's a merger, you would think. Let's see. Hold on. Players in the merger. Yeah. State of the merger migration. The current state of the merger Ocean Protocol reflects both progress and challenges. Not all crypto exchanges have supported the merger for their users, notably Coinbase. They don't. Coinbase never does, man. They don't. They really don't. Kraken is reliable. If anything ever happens, right? Like you're going to get airdrops on a wallet if your exchange allows it. Kraken, if you're American, Kraken does. Coinbase, they keep your tokens. They don't care. They're gonna make their money because they can. But smart business move, but not kind to the users. It's your money, it's your coins, right? But not in their eyes. See, it's centralized. Not in their eyes, it's their coins. Let's see. Some migration launches. Users could migrate their Ocean and FET tokens to ASI using self-custodial wallet like Coinbase Wallet. Well, yeah, that's true. Yeah, you could use that. It'll cost you a little bit more just for fees and stuff, but. Let's see. Continue trading FET. Okay, so we'll continue trading. Okay, that's what I was really looking for right there. Okay. Cool. As of July 8th, the migration process is ongoing. So it's July 8th for me right now. So it's ongoing. So it's not, it hasn't happened yet. Okay. When that happens, I'm sure you're going to see this thing dump. Okay. That's when you're probably going to get this move. And that's probably why it's moving down now, is you're probably getting closer to that date, right? That's kind of my thoughts. Maybe you do go lower than 70 cents, but hold on. The main point of this video is to talk about the all-time high projections, right? So regardless of how low it could go, let's just see, do we have the all-time history? Is this the all-time history? From February of 2019 to, all right, we need this. February of 2019, okay, cool. So from when it came out to its all-time low, let's just see if we're respecting this fib. Kind of, yeah, kind of. Hey, that 40-cent area coming up again, isn't it? Let's see, does that line up with that 0.5? It kind of does. Maybe you do go down to about 48, 49 cents. I would expect you probably crash on the release of the news. As like good news as it is, it's good news for ASI. It's not good news for all the other tokens, in my opinion. I mean, it could be, but just there's the buy the hype, sell the news, right? Whenever the news comes out, even if it's good, you buy the hype, you sell the news. That's just how it is. But inevitably, by the end of this cycle, how high could Fetch go? It's kind of hard to say. Let's see what its market cap is right now. Right? I don't have, and I'm, why? It's not either of those things. Come on. I don't like that coin gecko. What? Is it, do I have to do, it is FET. Is it just ASI? Did the merger happen? No. Nope. Why can't, what is happening? It is, oh, sorry, Artificial Superintelligence Alliance. Okay, see, I just don't know. Okay, so this is Fetch. Okay, cool. It's ASI. 3 billion. Okay, we're at $3 billion right now, right? Let's just say that, 3 billion. So, see, that confuses me though. If this is going to be like, we'll figure it out. We'll go from there. Maybe that makes sense because it's going to be a 1-to-1 ratio. Anyways, that's for another time. $3 billion right now. I don't see this coin being worth over 100 billion. Okay, so 3 billion, and that, I mean, even above 30 billion is insane, but a $3 billion market cap, to see a $30 billion market cap, you would essentially have to move up to 12.45, a little bit lower than that. You'd be above your 1618. So I would expect then, if you're above your 1618, that at least the 1886 would come into play, which would mean that your all-time high for Fetch by the end of the cycle could be as high as $19.56, with the idea that you're moving down to like potentially 50 cents or 70 cents. You're at $1.17, $1.18 right now. That's decent gains, right? That's a 16x from here, but from down there, that could be like an over 40x, even at a 70-something cent price, right? Let's try to get it right there. That's still like a 27x, so decent gains, and that would be my kind of minimum expectation. The 2272 might be where you go, and that would be an 81x. 81 times 3, that's so no, I don't think so. So no, probably not. So yeah, you probably don't go. I would think maybe $20 to $30 is probably where you're going to go by the end of the cycle for Fetch, and that's debatable. I don't know 100% sure what this merger is going to mean, because does Fetch.Ai, does this coin now become a dead project? You know what I mean? Does it just become dead? Does it all go into ASI? Do all these gains, because it's a 1-to-1 ratio, do these price projections now that I've had, do they only matter for ASI and not for Fetch? I don't know. I don't know what this merger is going to mean. And Fetch has not been transparent, right? They have not been transparent with this whole process. So if they're saying, oh, don't worry, Fetch is still going to be relevant, I'll throw it to a coin that some people like, maybe not a lot of people like, but Pulse Chain. Pulse, right, and Hex. Whenever Pulse came out, Richard Hart said Hex would still be relevant, and that I think is proven to not be true. It still might be relevant to some people, but Pulse is what really took off, right? Hex was like the funding process Fetch is the funding process. When Pulse Chain came out, that was the baby, that was the star child, and that took over. Hex died off, kind of, right? I mean, I think we can look at that right now, actually. Maybe I'm wrong because I haven't looked at Hex in a while, or Pulse Chain, but Hex, Wrapped Pulse, Hex. Let's see. Yeah, died off. Dead to rights, right? Whenever Pulse Chain came out, I don't know, Hex, Wrap, Pulse. But if we go to PLS, Pulse Chain, where are you? Can I just type in Pulse Chain? I don't want teddy bear. Why can't I find Pulse Chain, man? PLSX, Pulse X. Is this? I think this is the one. Well, this one kind of died off too, to be completely fair. Well, that's on a daily. Let's go to the weekly. I mean, that might not be the best example, but hey, it's at least got higher lows where the other one had new all-time lows. So in reference, both these charts actually don't look the best. To be completely fair, it's not necessarily comparable to this, but the point of the fact of the matter does stand that this chart, as bad as it looks, is better than the other chart, which was the original one, Hex. Might we see the same results here? I don't know. I don't know what it means for Fetch.Ai, and I don't the token FET. I don't know what it means for that. So these price predictions might not even be relevant after the merger, to be completely fair. But if you're on the right exchanges or you're using the right wallets, which I hope all of you are, if you have your Fetch tokens, I'm not saying sell out of it now. Maybe. It's up to you. Not a good area to sell. If I was holding Fetch, I would move it to a wallet or have it on a wallet that will incorporate. It will. What's the word I'm looking for? Transfer, not trans. It'll give me ownership of the ASI tokens that come out when the merger happens. Definitely don't keep these on Coinbase. Definitely don't keep these on Coinbase. That's my thoughts. Because it's more than likely just going to drop. You're going to lose your money on it. But not financial advice. Do whatever you want. Watch this thing blow up to the moon for whatever reason. But I would assume if they're doing a merger, then this project actually does become dead in the water. The TA would suggest that this is where you're going to go. But again, the merger is a pretty big fundamental thing. So, I don't know. It still hasn't happened yet, but I don't know. So maybe it goes here. Maybe this was it. Maybe this was Fetch. This was its all-time high. It really could have been. It really could have been. Either way, I'm not holding this token. I don't plan on holding it at all. I think the merger is a cool idea. Maybe I hope they do well. I hope the project does well. But that's probably would have been a better thing to do in like the beginning of the market or like during the bear cycle, right? Not so much midway through the bull market. And to be fair, we are in a downtrend now, so it might be better than when we're in an uptrend. But I don't know a lot about this. Maybe you guys know more, right? And I'm sure I'll get a lot of comments in there in my comment section. But I would even go as far as saying we don't know. Anybody who thinks they know, I don't think we actually know what's going to happen after the merger. There's no way to know, especially because Fetch, they literally held off until the day, and I would assume Ocean and everybody did too. They held off until the day that the merger was supposed to happen, or maybe it was the day before. And I only know this because of Ethan Galsted's channel. Shout out to Ethan Galsted. I watched his video and he was telling me this, telling everybody, the viewers, that they waited to like essentially within like a day's time before announcing that the merger was going to be pushed back. Okay. And it's probably good. It probably is a good thing that it gets pushed back, right? Because if things aren't right, you don't want to force things. You want everything to go smoothly. Of course, I get it. That is better. But what's not good is they knew about this. This wasn't something that happened like immediately in that 24-hour period before. They're like, oh no, this isn't going to happen in the next day. This isn't going to happen. They probably knew about that weeks in advance, if not longer, right? And they didn't share that with anybody. You want a company, a crypto, a project, you want them to be, when they get snags, of course, maybe they want to figure things out first before they release it to the public, but you don't want it to be like the last minute, right? Everybody who's involved knew what was going to happen before you did. You don't want that. You want them to be as transparent as they can be, and they've shown that they're not transparent. So I don't know. I'm staying away from it myself. I really wouldn't be surprised if that is the all-time high. I don't know, though. Again, the TA, in my opinion, would suggest that you could hold this area and move up, but I don't know. just from this example alone, comparing it to Hex, and again, I'm not comparing it to these charts. I'm not saying that this is what's going to happen to ASI, and then the Hex chart's what's going to happen to this, but undeniably, this chart is more bullish than this chart is, right? Why, Dex Screener? Why are you being so, you know? Come on, you can do it. Undeniably, more bullish, right? May of 2023, that's its beginning. All-time lows right now. PLSX. Why is it being so slow? I've got full service. I've got everything. Everything's perfectly fine. May 2023, better chart. They're both bad charts, but better chart nonetheless. So again, this is the comparison. This would be the Hex version of that. This would be the potential worst chart. I don't know. I can't really think of any other examples where something like this has happened before. And Hex did not merge with Pulse, but Pulse kind of took over Hex, right? Just like ASI is going to take over Fetch and Ocean and whatever. But I'm droning on at this point. Hit that like button, you guys. Subscribe if you want to see more. Thank you all for being here. I'll see you on the next one. Take care of yourselves. Bye-bye.